Good afternoon and good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel. I apologize for being so late. I almost would have been on time had I not accidentally misjudged where I was and walked into the corner of the wall and spilled my coffee. So I had to go get a different shirt. And so that's what's happened. So I am out of breath, and whew, that was hard. And I just discovered that sports bras can hold a lot of coffee, apparently. But luckily, I only lost a little bit of coffee, and I was able to wipe it up with the towel. I'm probably gonna have to go and wash the part of the floor after it's dried up, but I did not have time to do that just now. Oh my goodness. So I hope everyone is having a good day and is having a better start to their afternoon than I am. I hope nobody has started their afternoon by sharing some of their coffee. So let's say hello to chat. Zombie Teddy says it's an all right day. Yeah, it's okay. It's not too bad. Costin says hello to Costin. Why was my camera thing all twisted and weird? Am I like in frame? Because my camera's all weird. How's that? Is that any better? Who else here? Oh. So let's see. Rolling Bear is here. Hello, sir. Dr. No is here. Good day. Skeptalk is here. Glad to have you back, friend. Oh. Turn your camera to the left and you will come in the frame. Turning. How is that? Is that any better? Because the camera was tilted up a lot for some reason, and I was just wondering if that was affecting the issue. Oh, and Opinionated Scotsman is here. Hello. Who else is here? So I just wanted to make sure that everything was. Oh, let's just tilt that down a tiny bit. How is that? Okay. There we go. Okay. I am going to stop fucking with the camera now. Okay. Pincalo has set up Nightbot, as we can see, and that's the funniest message I've ever seen on a Nightbot thing. There. Addie! Hello, Addie! Okay. So let's see here. Now that we've fucked with the camera for a few minutes, I've got some news. Shall we have some news? And some coffee? I actually have a titular article about the emojis that I will be reading. Perfect! Yay! Full face, yay! And Lindsay's here. Hello, Lindsay. Everyone's trickling in. Glad to have everybody here. So we're going to start today off with, fucking roboting, stupid StreamYard and stupid connection. So we have this article from Joe Warmington again, the guy who writes some of these opinion pieces that we read. And hello, gorgeous, says Zombie Teddy. Hello. So this guy was arrested, and apparently he pulled a gun out from behind his back. I guess the police didn't do a very good job searching him. So this says, watch, arrested suspect pulls gun out from behind his back in back of police car. So this was published the 29th of October. So today. So let's see here. And I believe there's a video to go with it. So let's get through all of these links here. And we will... Is this the YouTube video no, it's not. Is it? No, it's not. That's a video about Andrew Scheer. Okay, so let's read this article. I think the video's further down.
YouTube video out of you. It's a startling video that has rocked Toronto's policing world. An arrested suspect who was put in the back of a 51 Division squad car with a handgun, which ends up in his lap at one point, has created quite a stir and raised a number of questions.
But how did they not search him for the gun before they put him in the car? That's what I'm confused about.
The armed prisoner that put two officers at risk at around 8 p.m. on October 27th has generated an all-out internal probe, the Toronto Sun has learned.
I don't doubt it. They better have generated a probe, because I want to know how an armed suspect gets put in the back of a car without being searched properly. Did you notice that it was published today and updated today? Is there editing today? Did they get something wrong already? That's a good question. I think there's been a lot of information that keeps coming out.
Several investigations are likely, said a police source. Your current one will be on how a person arrested and searched was able to conceal a handgun and get it out of his pants while in handcuffs. Another will be on how a video of the incident made its way out of the policing sphere.
So they're going to investigate, obviously, how they missed the gun, which is good. And then how the video, well, of course the video is going to get leaked. Like, I don't, that shit gets leaked. It got leaked pretty damn quickly, but that stuff gets leaked all the time.
The video, which depicts a suspect in the squad car squirming around until he was able to get the gun out and onto his lap, was viewed by so many police officers that Superintendent Peter Marrero, the commanding officer at 51 Division, sent out a station-wide memo telling officers not to shoot it.
Okay.
He also alerted his officers that an internal probe is underway. But one police source said the officers who shared the video were not interested in gossip, but wanted to share a life-saving and learning moment for every officer.
Yeah. I don't understand why sharing this video is a bad thing.
Related links.
Is the video in... If the video's not in this article, Pincalo sent a different link with the videos.
This easily could have resulted in 2 dead officers, said one source. They literally dodged a bullet or maybe more.
Yeah, they did.
The video shows the adult suspect using his handcuffed hands to maneuver the gun from the back of his pants and get it to his front. At no point did he try to fire the weapon. It looks like he was trying to ditch it before he got to 51 Division, said an officer. But who knows what could have happened here.
Yeah. That exactly. I just watched it. The guy just puts it in his own lap, says Skep. You got to remember the elites are more upset about someone exposing a crime than the actual crime. That's a good point.
YouTube video player, frame link, photo image of link, photo image of. Heading level 3, 15K subscribers. Heading link, shot in the Toronto Hopper on surviving.
Oh, that's a different video.
Out of Toronto Police, he said his officers are shaken. Toronto Police Association President Mike McCormick said the incident just shows how dangerous things have become out there and just how many illegal guns are being carried as well. He said his officers are shaken up by what transpired.
Okay, guys, you can't get shaken up by stuff like that. You've got. It says the officers said a source did search the subject, but the weapon concealed in a way that they couldn't see it or they couldn't find it. Okay. It is a rare occasion that a suspect ends up in a cruiser with a loaded handgun. Yeah. So this guy says,
it's interesting that the police don't want officers sharing the video because every officer should see it, said one officer who viewed it.
Yes, they should. And the public should see it. Hello, Mustafa.
Toronto police released a statement Tuesday identifying the suspect as Ollie Shobag, 38, of Mississauga, and say he faces 9 criminal charges including 8 firearm-related charges. He was to appear in College Street Court November 4th.
Good.
Lower police say he was arrested during an impaired driver call in the Esplanade area.
Oh, so he was driving drunk. So he's going to get 8 firearm charges and probably an impaired driving charge. Awesome. All right.
Link.
Let's see if the link, because Pinkalo's got the video in my Twitter DMs. Ah, not Prospero. Pinkalo. Where is it? Oh, you're not going to play it, are you? Because it's got no thumbnail. Yeah. Never mind. Skep just says it's, Skep just says that he, does, gets it around and into his lap, so. That's, it's nothing too exciting. Unfortunately, but. So this story is about some dumbass people. So it says group that includes 5 moms challenging Ontario's vaccination and child law. And I apologize for the hiccup there. And here's an image of the flu vaccine. So I think these people are mad about the mandatory vaccines for the schools. Because there's a law here that says if your kids are not up to date on their vaccines, that they get suspended until they come back with their updated shots and records proving such. The video just ends with the gun in his lap, says Skep. Yeah, okay. So this was published yesterday. And of course, it's got 5 moms in it.
Toronto, a group that includes 5 Ontario mothers, is challenging the province's child vaccination law, alleging it violates a number of constitutional rights.
What about the constitutional rights of the vaccinated children or the people who are not able to get vaccinated? What about those constitutional rights? If they're not vaccinated, they should be quarantined, says Skep. Yep. Mandatory doesn't mean forced, therefore vax your kids. Yep. Hello, Straight Sith Male.
The parents and the nonprofit organization Vaccine Choice Canada allege the Immunization of School Pupils Act reaches rights to freedom of conscience and religion and to liberty and security of the person, among others.
Oh. Fuck off. Freedom of religion, liberty, security of freedom of conscience. Ugh. Public health is a thing, says Skeptalk. Apparently not to these dumbasses. Apparently, according to these special people, this is an attack on their precious rights. We have a law here in Arizona that you cannot attend public school unless you are up to date on your vaccines. I should know because I had to have my tetanus booster before I could attend high school. Yeah, that's similar to the law in Ontario. If you are not up to date, if the school doesn't have the records saying that you don't have your vaccines, you either better provide them to prove that your kids are up to date, or your kids will be suspended until they go and get all the shots. That's just how it is. Freedom to endanger the rest of society? Dumbass snowflakes, says Skeptalk. You're not wrong. If brains were dynamite, they couldn't blow their noses. I like that. I like that. Same in New Mexico, says Straight Sith Male. Yeah. That's a good law. I like that law.
The law states that parents must ensure their children are vaccinated against endless diseases unless they have a medical exemption.
Yeah. That's all the law states.
FSK adding level 2. Link. UN says Ebola. Link.
Where
parents can also obtain an exemption if they sign a statement of conscience or religious belief. But as of 2017, they must first attend an information session on vaccination.
Good. What's wrong with that? I don't understand what's the matter with that. You can sign you can sign a form of conscience or religious exemption, but you have to go and learn about vaccines first. And if you still want to sign the form, well then you're a fucking moron. If you want to live a vaccine-free life, go live in a cabin away from society, says cynical Lindsay. Agreed. If you're going to be in public, you need to be vaccinated. End of discussion. Yep. Hello, Churchy. Glad to see you here.
Under the law, children whose parents do not comply can be suspended from school on order from a medical officer of health.
Yep. That's exactly it.
The allegations have not been tested in court and the province has not yet filed a statement of defense, but a spokeswoman for Health Minister Christine Elliott said the government is committed to ensuring a strong and effective immunization system.
Good.
Button. 2K.
I think that's the end of that article because it's now at the sharing. Yeah. So that's about that's what some dumb people in Ontario are doing today. They're going to the legislative branch or the legislature in Toronto to bitch about the law. Lindsay says, I'm as libertarian as you can get. And even I'm okay with vaccine laws. Yeah. Well, this is a fine shit show of a day. Uh-oh. What's going on, honey? Making me make an informed decision on the health of my child is a violation of my human rights. Yeah. Isn't that amazing? Let's see here. I love that message. Donate to help my eyes grow back and replace these ping pong balls. So now we're going to move on to Iraq, because apparently they're protesting so badly over there that a curfew is now in place. Because, things are so great over there that we apparently should be like them. So I don't. So we've got a picture here of some protesters sitting on top of a building near what's called Tahrir Square in central Baghdad. So the headline says, Iraq protests, Baghdad curfew declared as unrest continues. So here we go.
The Iraqi authorities have declared a nighttime curfew in the capital, Baghdad, on the fourth day of a fresh wave of anti-government protests. Your current vehicle and pedestrian movement are prohibited between 00:00 and 06:00, 2100 hours 3 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time, until further notice.
Okay, so weird. Wow.
It came after 5 protesters were reportedly killed in Baghdad on Monday.
Jesus, killed? Oh no.
Thousands of demonstrators. It came after
Let's
5
see.
protesters were reportedly killed in Baghdad on Monday. But thousands of demonstrators, including many students, defied the curfew, vowing to continue their protests in the city, reports say. We will stay here until the last day, even if there are 1,000 martyrs, one protester was quoted as saying by Reuters.
Oh, good. A 1,000 martyrs. That's awesome. Not. Oh.
More than 220 have died across the country since October 1st, when people began demanding more jobs, an end to corruption and better public services.
Goddamn people asking for proper government? How dare they? So Pincalo says, hey everyone. Not going to get into some details. Got some really, really bad news. Haven't really told Blind Press yet. Uh-oh. But if you guys could put anything you can spare into the Streamlabs, that would help more than anything. This week, got ourselves into a little bit of a pickle. Well, really, the fucking Ontario government got us into a bit of a pickle. Fuck. Skep Talk says, what? And Straight Sith Mail says, for fuck's sakes. Yeah, it's... yeah, how dare those Iraqi civilians want to have some responsible government. Hello, P-Dog.
Prime Minister Adel Abdul Mahdi has promised to introduce reforms, but the protesters remain determined to try to sweep away his government.
Well, has he done anything? Has he followed through with any of his promises before? Or is he just going, I promise, please go home? Just saying.
List items. Black link, end of list. At least 74 people were killed and 3,500 others were injured over the weekend as the protests resumed in Baghdad and elsewhere following a 2-week pause that organizers said was designed to give Iraq's leaders time to respond to their demands.
74 people killed and 3,500 injured over the weekend. What? It turns out I make more money than I actually do, and nobody actually believes me, so we're going to get shorted on Friday and not going to be able to make a... Are you telling me I'm not going to be able to pay rent on Thursday? But people wonder why I won't put up a GoFundMe for the fucking computer. There's more important things to pay for in the world. Yeah.
Media caption protesters cover page. Protesters cover media caption. Protesters cover their faces to shield themselves from tear gas.
So this is protesters with their faces covered to shield themselves from tear gas.
On Monday, protesters continued to occupy Baghdad's central Tahrir Square and security forces fired tear gas to deter any attempting to cross a bridge to the fortified Green Zone, which houses government offices and foreign embassies.
God damn, this is bad. This is not good.
Elsewhere in the city, tear gas was also reportedly used to disperse school and university students boycotting their classes to join the demonstrations, despite a warning from Mr. Abdul Mahdi to stay away.
Wow. So yeah, guys, if you guys would be willing to go to the Streamlabs link, I know Nightbot just put up a thing about the GoFundMe, but this week, if you've got anything extra, if you could throw it towards the Streamlabs, that would be very helpful. Going to be short by about $300. And I love it 2 days after I guarantee to them that we won't be short on the rent for the next bunch of years. Yeah, isn't that awesome? How that always happens? Like always?
The curfew could mean that security forces will attempt to disperse the crowd in Tahrir Square overnight, but one protester told Reuters news agency, "We will stay here until the last day, even if there are 1,000 martyrs."
Oh boy. Oh boy. Hello, Fury Kitten.
Meanwhile, the Prime Minister said in a Facebook post that he had told the UN Special Representative for Iraq, Janine Hennis-Plasschaert, that security forces personnel had been given strict directives to protect the right of peaceful protests.
Wait, okay, so you've got people who you've got 74 protesters killed, but you're still wanting to tell people that you're for allowing for what's it called? Allowing for peaceful protests. I'm confused by that.
Image caption security. And image copy Reuters. Image caption security forces fired tear gas to stop protesters.
So that's a picture of security forces and tear gas firing tear gas.
Mr. Abdul Mehi also told her about the urgent decisions and steps taken towards meeting the protesters' demands, according to the Post. After the first wave of protests, the Prime Minister promised to carry out a cabinet reshuffle and cut the salaries of high-ranking officials. He also said he would allocate $66 million, $51 million, to support the unemployed, set up training programs for youths, and build 100,000 homes in poor areas.
Okay. Yeah, Pincalo is not wrong. He says the problem is we got too comfortable with our noses just above that water line to breathe some air. Someone had to put their foot on our face. Yep. That always fucking happens. Always.
Also on Monday, MPs voted to dissolve all provincial and local councils outside the Kurdistan region, withdraw all privileges granted to the President, Prime Minister and Speaker of Parliament, and to form a committee to amend the Constitution.
Wow.
However, the measures were dismissed as a scam by Shia cleric Muqtada Sadr, who controls the largest bloc in Parliament and wants early elections.
What the fuck is going on in Iraq? This doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand. I don't understand. I am very confused. Let me just say that I am super confused by what's going on in Iraq right now. Oh, thank you to SkepTalk for the $25 Streamlabs donation that didn't notify me. You are awesome, my friend. Thank you so much. You are awesome. You are an awesome friend. Thank you very, very much, sir.
Heading level
It's appreciated immensely.
However, the heading level link, Iraq.
Is that the end of the article? I hope so, because I'm super confused. Yes, it is. Okay. Holy moly, it is a mess over there. Jesus. Skeptalk says I've been there. Oh well, you are an awesome person, my friend. So where is our next story here? So I have two articles about iOS 13.2, which is the new operating system that just dropped yesterday. So this one is about the Siri. There's apparently a new Siri command that I just read about. So let's see here. Apple iOS 13.2 crucial new Siri feature confirmed. Here's how to use it. So let's see what they've made Siri do now. Let's see. Here we go. So this is apparently a screenshot of the Apple Siri privacy thing. Okay.
Apple Siri privacy. Apple's iOS 13.2 is finally here, bringing a host of new features including the ability to control, plus, Associated Press. Apple's iOS 13.2 is finally. Link, here. fixing a number of issues and bugs that have plagued iPhone users since the launch of iOS 13. But link iOS 13.2 also brings a host of new features, including, excitingly for users concerned about security and privacy, the ability to control Apple's voice assistant, Siri.
But weren't you always able to control Siri? I'm confused. Weren't you you were always able to control Siri? What's new about that? I don't understand. Oh, wow. Churchy. Thank you for the $25 donation. Why is PayPal not notifying me? Maybe if I close PayPal all the way, it will ding at me. Wow, thank you so much, Churchy and Skeptalk. You guys are amazing. So let's see here. I thought you could always, like, I've never, I mean, I had trouble with that on my old phone, Siri mistaking me saying seriously for that, but never, I don't know. Let's read on.
It comes after Apple came under major fire when it emerged that the iPhone maker used external contractors to listen to Siri requests. It turned out to be quite a big invasion of people's privacy. Also, it comes after Apple came under major fire when it emerged that the iPhone maker used external contractors to listen to Siri requests. It turned out to be quite a big invasion of people's privacy. Siri often picked up conversations by accident, including people talking to their doctor and sexual encounters.
Wow, that never happened to me, but okay. Okay.
Link. The Guardian reported.
The Guardian reported this, did it?
But link. Apple quickly moved to resolve concerns about its Siri voice assistant. You are currently on a link halting the use of contractors who were previously listening to up to link 1,000 Siri interactions. You are currently on a link to a day. It also promised it would give users more control over Siri, and that's what is arriving today in iOS 13.2.
1,000 Siri interactions a day? Never happened to you. Guess you are not a screamer. Well, when you have, I'm too broke to donate, you have my love and support. Thank you, Straight Sith Male. Says Skep. No worries, life happens, says Churchy. You're awesome. But when you have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old across the hall, and they very rarely get to get sleepovers with their grandparents, you can't be a screamer. More control over Siri. Why is this shown as a boon? I don't know. Or a bone. I don't know why this is shown as a bone, and I'm not having any. I've never had this issue with Siri. All of these issues I keep hearing, like, there's a bunch of blind people that are saying that VoiceOver stopped working after FaceTime calls, and I'm like, that's never happened to me. I don't understand.
Dimmed vertical scroll. Dimmed vertical scroll bar. Link 5,000.
Is this over? Is that the end
October
of the story?
29th.
It is. Oh. So apparently, you get more control over Siri now. Yay. Goody. So Here is a story about the Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. You guys ready for this cringe? Joaquin Phoenix's Joker look is coming. Okay, so Joaquin Phoenix's Joker look is popping up in protests like the V for Vendetta Guy Fawkes mask before it. Oh, God. Of course it is. Of fucking course. Ugh. That's just... Let's see here. Why does this always sound like Walking Phoenix?
Not only is Joker now the highest grossing R-rated film ever, but none of its competition over the past few weeks has been able to surpass its top spot at the box office. This alone should be enough to appease Warner Brothers executives who nervously took a chance on Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix's heavily discoursed comic book adaptation. However, with so many eyeballs across the globe so finely attuned to the movie's apparent political themes, it seems the Joker look's appearance at recent protests in numerous countries is taking its way beyond ticket sales.
What political themes? The only political themes that are being subscribed to it are from the fucking people who are going, this is a movie that celebrates insular thinking. Whee! What fucking political themes? Oh.
As noted by IndieWire, French news outlet. France 24 reported on the surging popularity of Phoenix's particular Joker makeup and costuming, as well as slogans from the film itself, at protests in Chile, Lebanon, Hong Kong, and elsewhere. The face of the Joker, Batman's ultimate nemesis, has now been seen in masks, face paint and graffiti tags in global demonstrations protesting against governments. Read the story. Your French comic book historian William Blanc.
This is... People are being so stupid. Why is the... Breaking news! People are being retarded. Next, more at 11. I don't... This is just sad. This is... Way to make everybody who was saying that the Joker was, let's see, chaos and its unpredictability apathetic to any of your views. Yeah, I don't understand why everybody has to prove these people right. Like the people who were like, oh, the Joker movie is proof that, straight white men are just angry. Why do you have to prove that? Why do you have to go prove them right? Stop that.
Told the outlet. French comic book historian William Blanc. Told the outlet. The character and the film both have a real evocative power, evidently, adding, it echoes a form of protest against a political system that people believe is inflexible and not listening to people.
Yeah.
Even more interesting than Blanc's points, however, is France 24's comparison of the recent Joker movie's version of the character's look to the Guy Fawkes mask as popularized by the 2005 movie V for Vendetta. The latter was adopted by the Hacking and Global Protest Collective Anonymous shortly thereafter and has remained, more or less, a dominant and widespread visage. By comparing the two, though, France 24 and others seem to be suggesting that the Joker look, along with film quotes like "We are all clowns," may eventually replace it.
How about the fact that you guys insist that you guys insist on proving that Clown World is a thing? The Joker movie is a fucking movie. That's it. It's entertainment, says Zombie Teddy. Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
Via link France 24 Riperen.
So I think that's the end. Let me just jump through these links here. Yes. Okay. That's the end of that story. So that's more proof that Clown World is a thing. So we have 2 more articles, then the titular article, and then 2 science articles. So let's do this about Macy's, because apparently it's going for free, according to this article. Not too sure about that, but let's see here. Here we go. So this headline says, it's from the Star. It says Macy's is going for free. How long before Canadian retailers are forced to follow? So fear mongering. Okay, let's see here. Let's see.
Macy's and Bloomingdale's are going for free, the latest department stores to do so in a trend that is creating unstoppable momentum, according to animal protection groups. But despite the growing international pressure, most major apparel retailers here in Canada appear to be sticking with for now.
Oh, for free. Oh, for free, not for free. The way voiceover says this is for voiceover pronounces fur and for in the same way when it speaks fast. So that's what's going on here. So they're going fur free. So Bloomingdale's and Macy's has decided, due to pressure from animal activist groups like PETA, that they're not going to use fur anymore. I wonder if this also means they're going to use only, I wonder if they're going to get rid of fur entirely, like with the fake stuff as well, because of its connotations, or if they're going to keep with faux fur. But apparently Canadian companies are still going to go with fur because there's lots of animals that A, need culling, and B, it's wasteful not to use what you've killed. So why would you not use the fur from the animals that you've culled? Like, why would you waste them? I don't. The vegan agenda strikes again, says Straight Sith Male. Yes, it does. What do you call a Chicana with one leg shorter than the other, Irene? That's fun.
I don't think fur is on the way out in Canada, said Craig Patterson, editor of retail industry publication Retail Insider. We are kind of founded on the fur trade and seal hunt.
Yeah, if fur left, went out of style in Canada, that would make no sense. I wonder what the correlation is between veganism and schizophrenia. I think that is a fair question, says Skeptalk. That's actually an interesting point. That would be an interesting study. Well, if I didn't eat meat or dairy products, I'd go insane too, says Lindsay. Yeah.
So while Macy's and Bloomingdale's aim to distance themselves from the stigma of animal trapping, rivals in the high-end department store segment, including Hudson's Bay, Saks, Fifth Avenue, and Nordstrom, continue to sell fur products.
And the Hudson's Bay Company isn't even Canadian anymore, unfortunately. Fake fur is made from non-biological materials and creates toxins when it's made. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
In fact, recent demand for goose down, particularly coyote fur in winter boots and parka hoods, has been a bright spot in the Canadian harvesting industry.
Well, goose down and coyote fur is warm. I would love a goose down coat, but I'm not rich enough. I would wear the shit out of a goose down coat with a fucking fur lining. That would be amazing.
Coyote fur is sought after in part due to the success of the down filled in for trimmed coats made by Toronto's Canada Goose and its many global imitators, with the top price for a coyote pelt at a Colorado auction in early 2019 hitting $170 US, a 40% increase from 4 years ago.
And coyotes aren't that big, so $170 US for a coyote pelt is pretty fucking good. That's almost $200 Canadian for a coyote pelt. Have you covered up in a goose down blanket? It's like being wrapped up in clouds. Not in years. I haven't had access to a goose down blanket in years. I'd like a wolf fur lined coat. That would be so warm. It would, but it would also make me sad. I had a goose down coat when I lived in Spokane. It was amazing. So I don't doubt that. I know you know how I loved how they're trying to shit on Canadian companies. But because they can't figure out that coyote pelts are like $5 here, they have to go with the US companies. Yep. In one of the lowest populated coyote fur traded areas in the world. Fuck this article. Yeah, this is a pretty disingenuous article.
Canada Goose says it uses coyote fur and down products to provide warmth because fur never freezes, doesn't hold water, and the uneven hair lengths create a windbreak that protects exposed skin, helping to reduce heat loss from the face. The company also says that adheres to industry and government guidelines for the ethical treatment of animals.
It does.
Still, many believe the writing is on the wall.
Of course they do, because they're fucking stupid. I used to have to hunt coyotes by necessity in New Mexico. I don't know. Are we allowed to hunt I almost said, are we allowed to hunt pincalos up here, coyote? Are we allowed to hunt coyotes up here, Pincalo? Like if you're a farmer or something, or is that illegal too? Because I know it's illegal for us to shoot Canada geese, even though we're choked with them, and you could no, wolves and coyotes are not the same thing. Wolves and coyotes have more domestic dog in them. They're more like coy dogs than a wolf. Wolves are much bigger. Wolves are much less likely to wander over to you and be like, hi, I look like a dog, but I'm really going to rip your face off. Coyotes are a bit smaller. Yeah, between a feral dog and a wolf. Yeah. Yeah, they're not quite wolves and they're not quite dogs.
Sometimes traditions need to be reevaluated, said James Urichuk, a former Canadian professional football player who co-founded Toronto-based animal-free outwear company Wuxley Movement, where he said sales are rising by 2 to 3 times year over year.
Oh, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about.
Heading level 3, you might be in.
So that's the end of that pussy-whipped article. Don't use fur. It's bad. New Mexico also has a feral dog problem. Ah, I did not know that. So let's see. We have one more article before our titular article about the emojis, and I have a little bit of a thing. A little side note about the emojis, because I went through them this morning and they made me giggle. So this here is an article about two men. This is a CBC article. Two men charged after man lit on fire in central Halifax. So two guys set another guy on fire. And the other two have been charged.
2 men have been charged with assault and weapons offenses after a man was sprayed with ignitable fluid and lit on fire Monday night outside the Salvation Army building in central Halifax.
Outside the Salvation Army building, huh? We have a major problem with coy dogs, and now coy wolves are becoming a thing, says Pincalo. It's a huge problem in some areas. California has feral dogs, but you never hear about it in the lefty press. That's not surprising.
Halifax police were called to 2044 Gurningen Street at around 8:30 p.m. after a 47-year-old man suffered minor injuries when the fluid was ignited. He was taken to hospital and is expected to recover, police said in a news release.
Oh, good, because being burned really fucking hurts. I mean, I haven't been burned by fire necessarily, but I have been burned by boiling water, and that is like the least. It's like really, really. It's one of the worst pains you'll ever experience. Tooth pain, earaches, giving birth, and being burned. Those are the 4 pains that are just, ugh. I just, ugh. Not good press any way you cut it. Yeah. Coy dogs, Pincalo? That is disturbing. I didn't know they were cross-fertile, but it makes sense now that you think of, when you think about it, says Skeptalk. How many different kinds of wild canines are there, says Zombie Teddy? I don't know, actually. That's an interesting question.
Another man who was nearby was sprayed with a sensory irritant.
What? A sensory irritant? What does that even mean? A sensory irritant? Does it mean it attacks the sense of smell? Did it sting his eyes? Was it an air raid siren? What I don't know what a sensory irritant means. Anything could be a sensory irritant.
A short time later, police arrested 2 men, one of whom had a knife.
Oh, well then.
List 2 items. And more top story. Both remained in police custody overnight and were expected to appear in Halifax Provincial Court Tuesday.
And that's the end of that story. So, yeah, a sensory irritant. What makes a sensory irritant, I wonder? So, just before we read this article, I I'm going to tell you that I went through the emojis today, the new emojis, cuz I updated my phone. A fart is a sensory irritant. We're all guilty. Lock us all up. Love it, Churchy. Love it. So I was looking at the emojis today, and I'm gonna actually go through. I'm gonna go into the emoji keyboard here, and there's a few that I'm just going to mention. But there are a few I'm gonna post in live chat. So if you guys are watching this on the replay, make sure that you hit live chat right now. Because there's a couple coming that I'm actually gonna. So it's not the faces, it's the actual people emojis that they've added. So we've got. We also have a robotic leg and foot, like I guess like a cybernetic thing. That's an emoji. So we now have. Where am I here? We've bearded person. That is a thing. That is an emoji. Bearded person. Next, it is between the man's head with no hair and an old woman. And then we have. So here's where we get into the funny things. We have non-binary policewoman in between policewoman and policeman. And so all of these things are in this order. Woman, non-binary, man. Okay? So we've got the police officer, woman, non-binary, man. Construction worker, woman, non-binary, man. Guardswoman, or guards person, so woman, non-binary, man. Detective, woman, non-binary, and man. Doctor, same thing. Farmer, same thing. Cook, same thing. Student, same thing. Singer with the rock and roll face mask or makeup. Teacher. Factory worker. So, and then when it comes to the computer emojis with the people, it says woman with a laptop, non-binary technology worker, man with a laptop. and then it goes woman office worker, non-binary office worker, man office worker. And it continues this way until we get to, and here's the emoji that I'm going to put in here. We have, we even have an astronaut and a judge. So right after supervillain, we have Mrs. Claus, Santa Claus, sorceress with a staff, and then we have non-binary sorcerer with a staff. Which I'm going to send right now so you guys can see. We have that one. And then we have where's the vampire? Where's the vampire? There's a non-binary vampire. I'm not fucking with you. There is a non-binary vampire. And the other one that I wanted to show you is we have the blind person emoji, which is this one. It's called Woman with a Probing Cane, because apparently you we blind people that use white canes are probing with them. Isn't that just any vampire? Well, see, here's what I'm thinking. What makes a non-binary vampire a non-binary vampire? Do they have certain preferences on whose blood they suck? Do they I'm confused. Gay, says Irate. Ground control to Dr. Evil. No non-binary Santa? No. Are these the emojis with lesbian hair? I think so. None with a penis? When did Nightbot get on here? Last night, Pinkalo set Nightbot up. Because Pinkalo is awesome. Probing? Oh my. Is there an Elizabeth Ford emoji? That's awesome. How about non-binary thought? I don't know. Maybe. Nightbot. We're going to have to fix that. We can't have Nightbot timing people out for 5 seconds because they post 3 things. That's bullshit. So let's read this article. Apple's iOS 13.2 introduces more inclusive emojis, privacy features, and camera tools. Because, you know, that's what you need. That's what you need is more inclusive emojis. That's totally something that we need. More inclusive emojis. So let's see here. We don't need to read that, or we don't need that video. So Apple revealed its new login button that it says protects user data and third-party apps. Let me see if I can get through this to the article. No, apparently not. It's going to be a dick. Well, I talked about what I wanted to talk about with this, but I just wanted you guys to see those I wanted you guys to hear that. Nightbot is kind of a Nazi. Yeah, I'll see if Pinkalo can help me fix Nightbot in a little bit, or when he later on. I'm waiting for the non-binary hooker with a penis emoji. Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to read this. We have 2 Science-y articles, and the first one's about weed. So apparently, now YouTube. It's legal here, so I'm allowed to read about it. Fuck off. Oh, look at all the ads. Jesus Christ. Close that. Go away. Okay. Now I have to go all the way back to the fucking top of the page. That's the only problem with Lab Manager magazine is it gets really it puts you right down to the bottom of the page so you can get to hit that close button. All right, we're getting to the tags, so we're getting close. Here we go. Let's see. So this says, where is it? Oh, are you serious? You suck. It just fucking put me to the bottom of the page again. So this is apparently about the more crystally the weed, the more potent it is. Apparently. Or as they call it, the frostier the flower. So we'll read about this. If we can get to the article. That would be really nice. Where is the article? There's the tags. Are you gonna make me paywall it? Oh, no, okay. So this is mushroom. Okay. So this is a picture of some weed with frost-like trichomes is apparently what they're calling. So let's see what this article has to say here.
Cannabis flowers with the most mushroom-shaped hairs pack the biggest cannabinoid and fragrance punch, according to new research from the University of British Columbia.
So the hairs, the good shit looks like frosted flakes. Ah. Trichomes are a good indicator, yes. The bot is a Nazi thought. That isn't very impressive. I live in Colorado. The best stuff looks like it was dusted with fine sand. Yeah.
While the cannabis leaf is iconic, it's the chemicals produced by the tiny, frost-like hairs on cannabis flowers that give the plant its psychoactive and medicinal properties and distinctive smell. In a study published in Link, the Plant Journal, UBC researchers have revealed the unique structures and chemical outputs of the different types of hairs, or glandular trichomes, for the first time.
So the crystals on the trichomes make keef. See, up here we call it crystals. Oh, well, at least some of us do. Some of us say keef, some of us say crystals.
Their findings confirm what many cannabis connoisseurs have long suspected, that the largest, mushroom-shaped stalked glandular trichomes are the richest source of THC and CBD-forming metabolites and fragrance-giving terpenes.
Interesting. See, because I can't see that stuff, right? All I know is that if a friend who smokes has some herb with 43% THC. God damn! I want some of that shit.
Despite its high economic value, our understanding of the biology of the cannabis plant is still in its infancy due to restricted legal access, said co-lead author Tijan Quilichini, a postdoctoral fellow at UBC Botany and Anania Laboratories Inc. Trichomes are the biochemical factories of the cannabis plant, and this study is the foundation for understanding how they make and store their valuable products.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. There is those of us who grew up reading High Times magazine call it Keith. 17% lobotomizes me at first. That's what we smoke. We don't smoke.
Previous research had identified 3 types of glandular trichomes based on their appearance: bulbous, sessile, and stalked, but their relative contributions to the chemical production of cannabis flowers were known. For this study, the UBC researchers used a combination of advanced microscope techniques and chemical profiling to examine the internal structures and development of individual trichomes in a fast, flowering hemp variety of cannabis sativa called Finola. Your current link. Related guide.
And so that's it was just a quick little blurb. I just thought I'd, read that to you. They also make what they call something clear, which is hash oil that is usually around 95%. Nice. So it says they found that under ultraviolet light, the stalked trichomes emit a bright blue color and contained a large distinctive shape of cells. The smaller sessile trichomes, which do not have a stalk, emitted a red color, had smaller secretory discs, and produced fewer fragrant terpenes. Excuse me. We saw that stalked glandular trichomes have expanded cellular factories to make more cannabinoids and fragrant terpenes. Huh. Very cool. And to end the show, to end today's stream, we're going to read about Jupiter, because Jupiter is my favorite planet of the planets in our solar system. Let's see. Smoke weed every day, says Straight Sith Male. It is dabs seem labor intensive and messy to me. Yeah, they are. I don't buy oil on purpose. The only oil I get is in capsules. I get THC oil in capsules, and sometimes we get joints with oil on the paper, but we don't actually buy oil. Yes, Jupiter. Because we were just talking about getting high, so I figured we'd go talk about the planets. So this is Atlantic Skies, Jupiter. Meet Jupiter, the king of the planets. So this was published a day ago. So let's see here. So we've got a compilation image of Jupiter and that's the the northern hemisphere of Jupiter. This is a image from Juno that as it captured. So let's read about Jupiter.
With link. Last week's planet, Mars. We leave largest of our solar system, Mars. We leave the rocky, terrestrial planets behind and venture into the realm of the gas giants, Jupiter and Saturn. Results icon. Largest of our solar system planets, mighty Jupiter reigns supreme. It has 2.5 times the combined mass of all the other planets, moons, asteroids, meteoroids, and comets in the solar system. Results icon.
Yeah, it's huge.
As the fifth planet from the Sun, and one of the 5 bright planets known to the ancients, Jupiter orbits at an average distance of approximately 778 million kilometers, 5.20, once every 11.86 Earth years, has an equatorial diameter of 142,984 kms, 11.21 times Earth's equatorial diameter, and a mass about 318 times that of Earth. Semicolon.
Jesus Christ.
Results.
It's a big fucking planet, in other words.
Results icon V. Its extremely dense atmosphere is composed primarily of hydrogen, 86.2%, and helium, 13.6%, with the remainder made up of trace amounts of methane, ammonia, water vapor, and other gases. Due to its dense, opaque atmosphere, nothing can be seen of the planet's core, which is believed to be rocky. It is thought that the core, estimated at approximately 11,000 kms in diameter, constitutes only 2.6% of the planet's mass, and is surrounded by an ocean of liquid, metallic hydrogen, overlaid by an outer layer of molecular hydrogen extending up to the cloud tops.
Wow. So a tiny little rocky core surrounded by... I will get Pinkalo to help me fix Nightbot, guys. Don't worry. Nightbot will take some tweaking, but we will get it tweaked. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Semicolon belt.
We will figure out Nightbot.
Results
Don't worry, guys.
Results icon V2. Results icon FSK. And like Saturn, the planet like Saturn, Jupiter has rings, first discovered by the Voyager 1 flyby in 1979, though, because they are composed primarily of dust particles, they are dark, and cannot be seen except by flyby or orbiting spacecraft, or through its largest telescopes. Jupiter has 79 known moons, until recently the planet with the largest of which are the 4 Galilean moons, discovered by Galileo in 1610, Io, Europa, Callisto, and Ganymede. Scalables political leads clinted by local activism.
Oh, sorry.
Results icon V. The planet itself was named after the Roman ruling monarch of Olympus, the mythological realm of the gods. To the ancient Babylonians, it represented Marduk, the bull calf son of their sun god, U2.
Yeah.
Results icon V2. It is from the Greeks that the names of the 4 Galilean moons originate. In Greek mythology, Zeus was a notorious seducer of mortal women, often taking the form of various animals or other people to lure the unsuspecting lady to a secluded rendezvous. Europa, a Phoenician noblewoman, was abducted by Zeus, in the form of a white bull, and carried off to Crete, where she gave birth to Minos, later king of Crete. The name of the continent of Europe is derived from her name. Callisto was another mortal maiden who caught Zeus's roving eye. When Hero, Zeus's vengeful wife, discovered their tryst, she changed Callisto into a great bear, and her son, Arcus, child of her union with Zeus, into a smaller bear, both of whom were later placed in the heavens by Zeus as the Great Bear and the Little Bear, the constellations of Ursa Major and Ursa Minor, respectively. SW icon first.
Yes, because first of all,
semicolon,
the Greeks were obsessed with bestiality. I don't know why.
Results
Can mods take people out of timeout? They should be able to.
Results icon V2 2000. SW icon for scroll visit Saltwire.
I can't. No, I can't do it.
Semicolon.
I will see if I can fix.
Results
I will figure out.
Stellables.
I will see if I can figure out the Nightbot thing.
SWX.
If not, I'll get
NASA's-
Pincalo to help.
It is from the Greeks that the names of the 4 Galilean moons are. NASA's Galileo spacecraft captured this image of mountains on Jupiter's moon Io in February 2000. Mongabello Mons.
So that's Io.
Subcolon
And
Bell-
Io is also the most volcanic moon in the solar system. Actually, the most volcanic body in the solar system. You should see how Nightbot is in the Fairly Odd Parents live stream. There's a Fairly Odd Parents live stream. That's weird. Oh, irate. That's funny as fuck. Now you know what it's like to be in Takasaw's chat. Oh, that's amusing. So it says Io, yet another subject of earthly flame. Zeus's earthly flames was transformed by Zeus into a white heifer to hide her from the attention of his wife Hera. What the fuck is with that? Oh my god. Okay, so here we go.
Due to Jupiter's rapid rotation, once every 11 hours, fastest all the planets, its upper cloud layers are separated into numerous bands of various colors and patterns circling around the planet at different latitudes. Some of these bands contain swirling vortices, what astronomers classify as storms, the most famous being the Great Red Spot, a storm system which, though it has varied somewhat in size over the years, has been in existence since at least 1664, and probably many centuries, if not millennia, before, when it was first viewed in a telescope. SWI Conference.
Yep. So that's. I love Io is heated by Jupiter. Yep.
Results are.
It's a really cool. Jupiter is a really cool system. It says, though there have been numerous flybys by robotic spacecraft over the years, Pioneer 10 in 1973, Pioneer 11 1974, Voyagers 1 and 2 in 1979, Galileo in 1995, Cassini in 2000, New Horizon in 2007, and the latest, Juno, which entered orbit in late July in 2016. Probes that were sent into the Jovian atmosphere did not survive more than a couple of hours and never reached the planet's surface due to the hurricane force winds in the upper atmosphere, hot temperatures, and pressure. Yeah. But yeah, that's just a little bit of a blurb about Jupiter, because I'm a big nerd. That's why I had it banned. I will fix Nightbot later, says Pincolo. That's why I had it banned. Blame Gunfox. Let's see. Give Nightbot some of the trichromic herb. Yes. Yes. Exactly. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming and watching. We have reached the end of another coffee stream. Tomorrow, of course, is our Wednesdays with Skep day. So I hope you'll come back to watch that, which again will be at 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central. And if you guys could please remember to share the stream and like and all that fun stuff. And we are going to be pushing the Streamlabs link quite a lot this week, just because of the the crap that's going on. So just thank you Skep Talk and Churchy for the donations today. I'm just gonna quickly check because PayPal wasn't notifying me before, so I'm just gonna quickly make sure that there hasn't been any more donations. No, okay. So thank you to those who have donated. Thank you for those who have watched. I hope you guys have a great day and come back tomorrow to watch Skep Talk and I. Also, I will be on Jack Gunsky's Quiplash stream tonight. So that will be fun. Come check that out. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.